Hey everyone, it's Leo Young here with the wrong YouTube channel with the J.T.A. podcast episode 14? Episode 14. And with me I have Apple Van Jack.
Hey everybody, it's me.
And Kid Wicked.
What's good, what's good?
And this is all we have today. Everyone else seems to be either busy, depressed, dead, suicidal, or out of marriage. So
Out of marriage?
Yeah,
I heard out of marriage. I was like, oh shit, who divorced?
Who got married?
Asking the wrong questions.
Exactly.
Right. So we hope you guys did enjoy last week's video. If you were wondering why we didn't post the podcast, if you were looking specifically for the podcast, we posted I think it was last week. 2 weeks ago we posted a JT Plays, the first longest JT Plays ever. With us playing Fortnite. And yours truly edited it. Yes. If you heard the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 begin, I left that on purpose. Why? Because it just felt like it. It added more runtime. YouTube
I was wondering that too.
it was to help us pass the 10-minute mark.
It was. Because if you didn't know this, on iTunes, they will automatically delete your podcast if you don't have a little bit of banter in the beginning. Because
really?
Wow.
Because iTunes wants the viewers, the audience, to get to know you. Not saying we're going on iTunes yet, because I'm not paying to have a subscription fee to get our stuff there, but I'm just saying that's how it works there.
We're broke is basically what he's saying. We need people to donate to our Patreon, please.
I mean, we don't have one
yet.
yet.
On the link below.
We don't have
one yet.
You can go to the Red Cross though if you wish that.
Don't do it.
One of them actually
Dear
helps
Lord.
children. I forget
Dear
which one
Lord.
it is. I don't think it's the Red Cross.
Dear Lord.
If you want to help, you can go donate blood. But I'm afraid of needles. Then let your uncle beat you.
Whoa.
What?
That blood's coming out of you some way. Anyway,
No.
we have a small amount of topics today, but I feel these topics are pretty widespread. And usually I have my co-host, Orbital Spirit, backing me up with his Looney Tune type of commentary. He's probably listening to this right now, cursing out Wicked and going like, yeah, these bitches need me. That's his personality. And we
Honestly, I swear, this man specifically targets me just on a regular basis.
Because you have no thick skin.
I've done nothing.
He's targeted you
I've
out.
done nothing.
Orbital has prison mentality. He looks at you, he looks at all of us, and he's like, Wicked seems to be the easiest target right now.
Pretty much. I mean, that's basically how all of you think.
That's basically how this Discord works.
Not just the Discord, that's how all of you people work.
Not me, I view you all as just annoying people.
He's the warden, that's why.
We can say that too. Anyways, so the first topic is something I want to jump back to the JT Place. I hope you guys did enjoy it, like I said. Anyways, my name is Leo Young. This is Apple Van Jack.
Hey.
This is Kid Wicked.
Yo.
And we'll see you in the next one.
What? No.
What?
Because the way I said it, there's like a certain way I say goodbye, and then it goes downhill, and then we leave. Anyway, hope you guys, like I start off with, I hope you guys did enjoy, but we want to play more games like that. I messed up because that week we were supposed to do a lot of stuff, which we did. Wicked got his solo Let's Play, and I read all your comments, and I quickly deleted them before he could. Because it kind of seemed like Orbital just moved in different accounts and just destroyed it. I'm not saying.
I'm like, who is this?
I didn't see
that was him. I'm just.
You guys have to show me because I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I was so confused when.
Yeah.
Blair, you can tell him. I'm just.
Saying it was Orbital. I'm just saying that it may have been you, Orbital.
I think it was. Oh my god.
You deleted the only comments we had. Goddamn.
It was
the type
funny.
of comments we want.
No.
I don't know what the hell he
it's
said.
It's like
so
having Kite Man as your superhero. He's not the hero
Honestly.
you want. It's just the one you have.
Yep.
Damn. Mood.
Oh.
Fucking do it every
Yeah,
goddamn time.
like, and it's crazy because originally they were so proud of doing it.
Blur?
Hey.
Yo.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to help my mother forward.
Oh,
the email,
okay.
even though there was a forward button on the email, she just didn't. Also,
Okay,
I muted
bro.
you guys, so that absolutely nothing you guys said went into the podcast.
Oh, good.
I mean, I think it was better that way.
It really was. And I saw that he muted us, so I just kind of let loose.
Yeah, I was like, well, if we have anything bad to say, we better let it out now.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Like I appreciate names like Rashida because those are biblical.
Yeah.
Naomi, biblical.
If you're a fan like me and you don't like the Bible, please leave a like down below. We respect and appreciate individuals like you.
I mean,
But if you
okay,
like the
but
Bible
like,
as well, please also leave a like down below. We respect and like individuals like you as well. If you-
okay, but like that was
if
none
you
of that
worship
was part of,
Satan. Please leave a like down below. In fact, subscribe.
Okay, but none of that
You're
was the
allowed to
point.
subscribe.
Literally none of that was the point.
It doesn't matter. I am pandering to the multiple audiences that we could get.
Why
You
do you
do
want to have
know,
a Satan's audience?
You do know we get ads and we get more monetization if we associate with the religion.
Yeah, we're a
I'm
church
pretty sure-
channel.
Can you imagine? No, but seriously, I'm pretty sure our videos are they?
All I heard was, I'm pretty sure our videos.
I said I'm pretty sure our videos aren't monetized yet. Are they?
Nah.
No, do you think we have 4,000 subscribers and 400 hours of watch time?
Why do we need?
That's the new that's the regulations. They made that a long time ago.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah, I told you
what do you-
about it. Like, one of you guys was like, "Oh man, I want to be a YouTuber," and I was like, "It's time for me to destroy your dreams." We'll talk
Yeah, I
about
don't
that
I-
later.
recall that.
We had a podcast on it.
Exactly. We'll talk about this again. But back to what I was saying a while ago. Yeah, the JT plays was pretty fun. We enjoyed it. There was a little bit of technical issues that involved me redoing it, but
I fuck up.
But it's okay.
yeah, it's okay. It didn't really take that
It's
long
okay.
to redo it. I uploaded the video and I was like, let me private this because for some strange reason, the video went for my gameplay. The resolution went for my gameplay. So instead of 720, it was 360. So all I did was switch it around, and then it was Wicked's gameplay, and then it was 720. But now we're all good. I have my thing up so I can record in 4K. I'm just kidding, 1080p.
Damn.
Without
Yeah.
question. And so I'm ready. So what we're planning to do is every 2 weeks, whenever there's a main podcast, and I was going to do a video. Like I said, I messed up because this week yesterday I was supposed to post a video game, a solo let's play. I didn't, but there's another reason for it. I can't go into it because it involves another YouTube channel. So that's all over there. So we're going to try and step up, especially since it's hard. It's not hard, but it's I feel like I could go and buy Detroit Becomes Human and do like a good let's play 30 minutes of that. I feel like I could do that, but at the same time, Detroit Becomes Human is not my type of game. So we'll see. We'll try and figure this out. We'll most likely go from not
I'm telling you.
playing.
Can you buy it from me? Can you buy it from me?
I'll
play it.
I'll play
Find a
it.
way to, instead of schedule like, oh, we do it like every 2 weeks, we'll just do it like once a week, and we find a way to do it because, like we said, Van was complaining. There are let's see.
Can I talk about my games
33
list?
people. There are 33 people in the chat.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Well, 32 because one of them is a bot that for some reason is portrayed as a human being. So there are 32 people in our chat, and there's only 3 of us in this podcast. If you remember from early on, some of the earlier podcasts, there used to be
5,
tons
6.
of people, and now everyone's a little piece of crap. That's
Yeah,
not
we're
my
talking. Yeah, you know who you are.
Yeah, if you are listening to this, you know exactly who you are. But
We start naming names just to be assholes.
you know, definitely talking
Luna.
or if you're
Ah,
people who
shit.
physically can't talk for some strange reason, these two decided to invite 2 people who are known for just typing in chats instead of like speaking. So It's very weird.
Listen.
Especially since one of them openly goes like, I don't like to be in podcasts because my voice doesn't work. And he has to talk with his
That's not...
See, my problem is with Fable. He knows he doesn't have a mic, and he still shows up.
Fable did it once.
Still, though, he's here somewhere.
Fable,
He's just
Series,
hiding.
and Toby, not Toby. Fable, yeah, Toby. All three people who cannot speak showed up, and they typed, and, well, Fable was annoying me because he was, like, doing it in the wrong chat, and I openly ignored you because...
Oh, yeah, we did invite rules,
and I need to follow these rules, because if I don't, there's anarchy. If I don't follow rules.
See, and this is why Ash gets mad at me for trying to implement the organization that we have instilled in this Discord.
I don't see that. I never see that.
I can tell she gets annoyed.
She gets annoyed by a lot of stuff.
You're not enforcing yourself on her. Wait.
She got, never mind.
Hey.
I ain't gonna talk about it.
Anyway.
I ain't mad.
So yeah, so that all just sparked from the JT plays, and we hope to do more. We're also going to do solo plays and all that stuff, so you already know that. Second of all, while sitting on the floor of my mother's office near the dead bear, I was watching an Old Navy commercial. Those are the whitest things I've ever seen.
Oh, thank God, I thought I was the only one.
Okay, I'm having a difficult time trying to understand what kind of Navy ads you're looking at or
I said
whatever.
Old Navy.
Old Navy. Oh, okay. I was like,
Navy. The newest one with his dude with his family, and they're all playing hopscotch.
I saw that.
Old Navy has with all these people dancing and doing the
and the little carnival one. That God. Oh.
Hey, can I get real with you guys for like a second?
Mm-hmm.
So like I went to a pool place a while back to get some shit for a big pool that I got.
Old Navy commercial. I feel you, Van.
No, no, but it has a little tie into that. I was looking at the fucking stuff, like toys or whatever, the inflatables and shit, and I looked up and I noticed there wasn't any diversity at all with those boxes I was looking at. Like the boxes have photography of just white families on these inflatables and using the stuff, and I'm like, where is everybody else?
Was there a Confederate flag on the outside?
I didn't see one, but I wouldn't have.
What type of flag?
It's okay, be honest. Confederate.
Oh no, we don't put our flags on anything.
It's illegal to be marketing the flag.
No,
see, none of that is true. None of that is true.
No, it's true. We can't put our.
No, yeah, you're not.
You are talking to someone who lives in Virginia. None of that is true.
You're actually,
at the very least, it is not enforced.
No, you're actually not supposed to put it. As of right now, us capitalizing on the American flag is actually illegal.
It is. It is.
On the American flag, haha.
So you saying we can capitalize on the Confederate flag?
Wicked, you're a
Probably.
genius. Races all over the world. Hear my plea.
You hear this, man?
See why not?
We can capitalize.
Those little signals that only the racist can hear. This is your leader.
They all have a trigger sound that they
exactly. Everybody in the White Hood all have a trigger sound. They're all sleep
Could you
ready.
imagine that, like?
Little blur secret army.
I just send that whole message. We're gonna lose so many subscribers after this joke. I send that whole message out, and then Childish Gambino gets up. I have to go. I'm being called.
Yo,
our subscriber number just went to 0. Where is everyone? Why did I unsubscribe? Basically, the joke is Childish Gambino is secretly a white supremacist. That would be like the biggest shock.
That's what this is. That's what This Is America video is all about.
Exactly. He's like, this is not America.
How does that even work?
It's like, this is how you do it correctly, so you don't get caught. It's like, this is America. Woo, woo. Don't forget your place. Your place. Hang all them niggas. Oh. They gonna get it.
If anything, that's some shit Kanye West will put out.
No, Kanye West is trying to save everyone. Kanye West is like, I know the truth. I'm trying to stop Childish Gambino. One day, I guarantee you, in Los Angeles.
Bro, can you imagine?
Someone's gonna open up, like, I don't know, Instagram live, and everyone's gonna be watching, and they're just like recording the sky, and Childish Gambino and Kanye West are flying. It's like Chronicle up there. They're fighting each other like,
Looking like the Battle of Metropolis and Man of Steel.
It's just Chronicle up there. He's like, you will not win, Childish Gambino. Stay woke.
You just have Yeezy and Gambino at it for fucking hours.
I know for a fact Ashley's probably gonna like be heartbroken if she learns that Childish Gambino is a freaking racist.
But you gotta ask yourselves, which one's the real Superman, though?
The one that's protecting us.
Which
Childish
one is?
Gambino's trying to put us back in slavery.
Slavery.
Are you sure though?
No.
I've seen people dressed like the way he dresses in This Is America, and I'm sitting there like, why are you dressed like that? Because I'm woke. It's like, are you sure?
Oh no!
You sure?
You look.
No, he did that ironically. People are taking it too literally. He did that ironically. He was supposed to look like a slave. Oh no!
I had my hairline messed up once, and
are you kidding me? Is that what he was going for? Shit, dude.
Yeah, that was supposed to be ironic.
Yeah.
Oh.
My manager, my hairline was messed up, and my manager openly said, "Don't worry, your hair can be any way you want." Childish Gambino's trying to prove it. And I just sat there. I didn't see the video. But that's what I mean. Like, who knows? Childish Gambino. Hey, Donald Glover, Miles Morales. I don't care what your real name is, but if you want to come on to our podcast and dispute yourself, please hit me up at 00kidblur@gmail.com.
Can you imagine, like, the second he shows up, Ash would stop what she's doing. She'd be like, wait, what?
I'm surprised she didn't bust into this chat right now. What the fuck?
Oh, she's busy dealing with something. She's still at that wedding. It's 9:57 p.m.
Oh yeah, she's at that little wedding party.
Imagine that though. Like, we go like, Ash, you missed the best podcast. What happened? Childish Gambino came on. She's like, stop playing. And then we just show her the video, and she's like, what?
I'm convinced she might actually leave the league, honestly. Like, if she found out that he was up here and we didn't tell her, yo, can you imagine how pissed off she would be?
We'd be like, yo, Ash, we got Childish Gambino on the podcast.
Stop lying.
Like, I don't believe you.
Stop lying.
I'm busy being depressed. And it's like, now you're extra depressed.
Stop lying, nigga.
It's like, don't worry, he only came on and said like 10 words and left. Like, oh, what'd he say? Y'all niggas stupid for this idea, and left. We're like, wow, Donald Glover's a real woke.
Nah, but you know, Kanye's trying to save us from slavery, trying to tell us that slavery was a choice. We just gotta say no to it, you know?
Exactly, and that's exactly what freaking Childish Gambino, he's like, you know, this is America, this is the way it is. And Kanye's like, no, it isn't. It's a choice, nigga.
Kanye's like, it doesn't have to be this way.
Exactly, like, oh, this is another video on its own. This is another video on its own.
This.
Oh, Lord.
I hate it. I don't want to talk about
this
it.
is
Like, I know Van's joking, but I know Blur isn't.
I know, I can hear the enthusiasm in Blur. I'm like, no, wait.
Exactly.
Please. Please say psych.
Please say psych.
No, because it's like, listen to everything that we just said. It adds up perfectly. But like I said, another video.
He's a Trump supporter, though.
I
would get your theory if he wasn't.
But we don't understand what Trump is. We don't understand what he is. For all we know, he'll rip off his head, and he's Chris Evans.
Trump is the living definition of. Chris Evans used to be a redneck. Also, Trump is the living definition of.
Exactly.
Trump is the living definition of a rich white man
to save us. But we're all listening to Childish Gambino just because he makes some good music and he was a comic book voice actor.
You were listening. You were just listening to him.
Who, me?
Yeah.
When?
We could hear you before you started the podcast.
At no point did I ever listen to Childish Gambino when we were doing this.
Wicked, you gotta tell me you heard him listening to it.
Mm-mm.
Or he was singing it, I think.
I was listening to Jacquees.
I heard him listening to music.
Ray
and
J,
Jacquees,
Halsey,
and
Panic at the Disco, and Bad Bobby featuring Lil Yachty.
Bobby?
Please, no.
Wait, that's how you pronounce her name?
No, I think
Bobby.
Okay, maybe it might be
Bad Bobby. Ew, that sounds even worse.
I'm Bad Bobby.
But still,
just another shrimp for the Bad Bobby.
But since we're already on this topic, moving on to the actual first topic, and it actually makes sense from the most quote-unquote wokest to the least quote-unquote wokest. We're going to talk about the most quote-unquote fake wokest. Kendrick Lamar.
I have not gotten any news about him recently, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't feel as though Kendrick Lamar is fake woke.
Well, here's what happened. If you haven't heard the news, recently there was a concert where Kendrick Lamar had a
I saw that.
single fan come up. Well, not a single fan, but a number of fans come up. One of them was a Caucasian girl, and they were singing. I forgot the exact song, but I'm pretty sure you know where this is going. She rapped the N-word, and Kendrick Lamar's reaction was, "Yo, hold up, get off my stage." Well, no, he was
No. He was like,
hey,
he asked.
I know exactly what he was saying. He was like, "What do you want? What do you all want?" And they were like, "Get that bitch off, kill her, murder her." And Kendrick was
that's
like,
a little
"Okay,
extreme."
well, no, but we're gonna give it one more try," and it just wasn't working. And there are people who are sitting here saying Kendrick Lamar openly set that girl up. And that is where I push on to you two.
I mean,
nah, that's okay. I'm trying to process this.
I'm a Kendrick fan, so I'm a little biased, honestly. I gotta remember what song it was, because if it was DNA, then yeah.
No, it was not DNA.
Okay.
I remember.
Is it humble?
I remember syrup sandwiches and grandma allowances, finessing nigga with some fish, but now I'm counting this.
I don't know his words. I don't speak his people's language, his native tongue.
What the fuck?
His native tongue, like it's not English.
It definitely isn't to me.
Fucking designer doesn't speak English.
No, the designer might actually be possessed. Obviously,
designer is everything X wishes he could be.
Why can't Satan take me? But no, seriously, I believe I don't know why.
Oh, it was humble. It was humble.
I'm telling you. See, I was saying
she was rapping humble.
Yeah, I think it was humble.
It doesn't matter because I don't know why, but for some reason Kendrick Lamar does seem like the type of person to not openly, but to set someone up like that. I don't know. His humble song doesn't mean he's humble. It just means be humble. But it's the whole thing. It's because.
I mean, sometimes you gotta realize an artist just puts out music just to put it out. It doesn't even have to have a real significance.
Well, you need to be careful because Kendrick Lamar is not one of those people.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying him. I'm not picking on him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there are artists that just put out shit just to have something out.
Right. But the thing about it is, for me, you can't get angry at that girl for saying the word. At no point did Kendrick Lamar ever go like, "Hey, step back here with me for a second. Let me tell you what's supposed to happen, what's not going to happen." No, he just went like, "Let's get it!" And they were rapping into it for a bit. Like, the blood's pumping, the adrenaline's coming up, you feel like you're a background dancer for TLC again, and then you say the N-word and everything goes down.
Yeah, and then you slip up and say the word, and then you stop and realize what you just said, and it's a wrap after that.
And his reaction wasn't like, "Okay, everyone, calm down. We know it's my song."
Yeah, he gassed it up. And, yeah.
At no, like, you are Kendrick Lamar. There is a song where you literally say "nigga." Let me see, 28 times, 4 of them in synchronized order, and you are going to get angry because someone said it. It is in your lyrics. It is in your words. If you were going to bring up someone of another color, of the what is it? What are white people? They are the lack of color.
Of the Caucasian, the Caucasian persuasion. You feel me?
If you want to bring someone who is white up on stage to rap, your specific rap, you Kendrick Lamar, you are not Childish Gambino, you are not Kanye West, which is odd because they really don't say the N-word a lot. You need to be careful. It is on you to make sure that they understand what is supposed to happen and what's supposed to go on. Because not only that, he's not the first person. Of course, he's not the first person, but the most recent and most biggest I can think of is Travis Scott. Because something like that happened.
I heard of that one.
It wasn't a problem though. Travis, oddly, in a weird way, he thanked the dude He was like, yo, everyone, stop getting angry at this guy for saying the N-word. He's cool. It's my song. I knew the word was in there. The way he kind of said it, too, was kind of scary. It was like, Toronto, I feel like we opened up a new chapter of Toronto tonight. And that's because this is what we're trying to get rid of. We're supposed to be getting rid of this divide so everyone can be as free as they need to be, or as they would like to be. And he was cool with it. He was delving down the situation. Everyone was chill. And then Kendrick Lamar's blood ass runs up. Hey, I remember. Oh wait, I can't rap the exact rap I know.
Because I remember.
Oh no, it was a worse rap. It was a rap that involved hanging another type of person. And what were you about to say, Pam?
Well, I think this conversation is kind of like a double-edged sword because you can't really side with either side because they both kind of like. How do I explain? Because the thing about the N-word is that you can have people say you shouldn't give power to a word, and then you have other people that say, but it has a history behind it.
Yeah, it does.
And like I get that side because I had a conversation with my mother the other day about it too, regarding like Mexican slurs and whatever, because it was on the radio that recently, some lawyer dude or whatever, like he has on his thing. On his like card that he speaks English and Spanish, but he went to like a Starbucks, I think, or some little place, and he started being mean to all the Mexicans around the establishment.
I remember that.
And they were like chasing him down, asking him like, "Hey, yo, what the hell? Like why are you being racist? Why are you so scared now?"
Yeah, and then he started running.
Yeah,
like,
on the radio they were talking about like so. Because there was another situation I heard on the radio where it's like a dude went to Starbucks and they were done with his order. They called out his name, but when he got the cup, it said Beaner on it, and he was like, "What the hell? Like, what is this?" He was like, "Oh, it's your name." He was like, "No, it's not." It was something like that, and they were arguing about should we give words like power, like even if they have a history behind it, should we give them power to hurt our feelings? See, you say no, but I feel like Wicked would be like,
well, Wicked's right there, you racist. Ask him.
Well, Wicked, what do you think about this situation?
Should we turn the N-word into a dragon shout, or should we let it die out like Skyrim did?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
If I'm being completely honest, if I could change the world, to snap like Thanos, honestly, I would just get rid of the N-word completely.
Man, you are.
But then again,
in space, really, you're gonna destroy the
but then again,
for a word? No.
First of all, who said I would destroy the continent?
Okay, we all saw what happened to the gun.
The MCU. This is not the MCU. Okay.
He's like, I can do whatever the hell I want with the
exactly. I will go get the cosmic god. Oh, wait, does the cosmic cube still exist, or was that the Tesseract?
That was the Tesseract.
Oh well, shit.
Change of plans now. Look at all that freedom go from that boy. Look at that boy's freedom disappear.
All over just because he wanted to be racy N-word.
Exactly. It's like you killed all of your friends and 12 planets just to get rid of the N-word that's only spoken on one planet. And he's just sitting there like, are you proud of yourself? You know what? No.
You know what? Yeah.
I'm not. There was so much I could have done.
No, full seriousness though, the word does have a history behind it. So I think we should educate more people about it. Yeah. But in terms of allowing people to say it on a regular basis, no.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Because it's like I think I was talking with you about it. We need to educate people, because if we don't, we're just gonna keep having these ratchet people, like Bad Babe or whatever the fuck.
Well, here's the thing. You're I understand what you're talking about. But what we're talking about, well, not what we're talking about, the situation involves I'm going to say Kendrick Lamar and Travis Scott because they both represent the two sides that you were trying to explain. So that makes it easier.
Okay.
Travis Scott
Okay.
represents the side that's like, it's a word. We're trying to move past it. Yeah, it had power. It had. But you keep reaching back, it's still going to. And then there's Kendrick Lamar who's like, nigga, nigga, nigga. We can only say nigga. You people, as white as my nails, cannot say N-words.
Yeah.
That's Kendrick Lamar's stance. Those are the two stances that are here right now. For me,
See,
I'm on Travis Scott's side because at this point it's like, and it's because it's in the music. It's not like they were just randomly going around saying the N-words. Like, no, they were singing a song that they like, a song that they paid $100 to go see in person instead of sitting at their computer to listen. If they wanted, if they're like, hey, instead of looking at me from across the stadium, come up here and sing with me. It's like, oh yeah, I remember syrup crumbing. I can't remember the words.
See,
but
this
like
is
that.
See, this kind of ties in. Well, I want to use this particular slip up of mine as an example.
Oh, when you
I feel
yelled
like
at Wicked?
I didn't do
pure
it
anger?
angrily.
that was funny.
I need to clarify. It wasn't in anger.
It was in anger.
No, it
I
wasn't.
brought it out. I intentionally brought it out. Man, don't start with me.
He was like, I wanted you to be racist for that one fucking second.
I mean, I did want you to say it though, so
My
mission accomplished.
nigga.
I was like, yes! Yes! I was so happy.
Me and
I was so happy.
Orbital heard it, and we didn't let up.
You guys fucking rejoiced at hearing me say that.
Hatred, yes. Keep going though.
You guys were just like, did he have to say it like that though?
Did he have to say it like that? With that tone?
With that skin
the
set,
hate?
the Ku Klux Klan
Exactly.
skin set. God, I would buy that. I won't lie. If Fortnite like openly has like a Ku Klux Klan skin set, I'd buy it. I don't know why.
I bet he would.
Exactly. It's like you buy the skin set, you get 30% more damage on the African American skin characters.
He would buy it. He'd spend $50 worth in V-Bucks just to get that fucking
He really
skin.
would. I really
I'm
feel like
just
he
saying,
would.
it'd be interesting.
Nah, but like I was trying to say, I think it just depends on the context. Cause like Travis Scott makes a good point. I don't want to like deny or just desensitize the pain behind the word, but like it's like you said, it's like with Kendrick Lamar. If you keep insisting that we're still in a time, how do I explain it?
We're still in a
It's
time
like-
period where that word has that amount of damage.
Yeah, because it's like the word is significant for its reasons,
Right.
but if we keep making it significant, we aren't gonna move anywhere. And like, I don't want to like just say, oh, it's okay to throw in around the N-word. It's like, no, you just have to educate people that we're at a time where we should probably switch the definition around, just like we did like when we redefined what it meant to be a Democrat and a Republican.
Right. And for people who don't understand that, if you're very young, why are you listening to this? And if you're very old, you're stupid. But a Democrat and a Republican
You're
are
stupid.
basically switched from what they used to be. The Republicans were the ones who were like, yo, and the basic word, yo, slavery, it's not good. And the Democrats were like, well, no, it needs to stay.
Because it changed around Abraham Lincoln's
Abraham
president.
Lincoln
Yeah.
was a Republican.
Because of the whole Confederate, basically the Confederacy being created and the states seceding led to that whole situation.
Well, basically what I'm trying to say is, yes, it does have significance. Yes, there's pain, and it could be up for debate. I don't care. But
Like,
I feel like we really need to redefine what limitations we put on our own society.
Right.
Because if we keep using the N-word, like if we right now, yeah, it shouldn't be just thrown around. There are people that do get offended, and that's understandable.
Right.
But we need to educate more people that we're not in those times anymore. Because people like to be toilets. They like to back shit up. They don't like. It's like you need to buy society a plunger because it keeps bringing up old shit, and I don't think that's healthy for us as in any community to just keep playing victim cards. And I'm not saying that because it's like that video I sent you guys earlier, and Wicked saw it, and I'm not saying like, oh, because of your race you could do all this and whatnot. Because you could say that about me, you could say that about white people, you could say that about anybody, but basically, I feel like we need to just bury the hatchet with the enormous amount, like with the enormous list of things we have on our hands. We like right now we're so divided as people over things that should have been solved years ago. And it's not helping us, and it's not helping our affairs with not just us, but also other like foreign affairs and shit. And I don't want to get too political, but like we need to bury the hatchet when it comes to giving things power when they don't need it. Like there's this video H3 made reviewing I think it was a BuzzFeed video, or it was I don't remember what it was. But they made a video about
girl in a dress?
No, well, yeah, they did that one, but I'm talking about one where it was a dude. He was trying to say, hey guys, the word marijuana is actually racist. Don't fucking say it anymore.
Wait, what? Really?
Okay, so basically,
was Ethan saying it?
No, Ethan was reviewing a video of a dude saying, hey, marijuana is racist. Don't say it anymore.
Okay, keep going.
And so basically, how the video goes is this dude is trying to explain that because marijuana has such a bad history and is associated with black people and Mexicans, we shouldn't say it anymore.
Okay.
Wait, but
I understand.
Is that not the legal definition term?
No, yeah.
Definition term. Wow. Okay.
No, like this is like so. Basically, what the dude was trying to say was, okay, so back. I don't fucking remember the history. I wasn't paying too much attention. I was just kind of like, because I've seen an Adam Ruins Everything video about it, but there was a point where, what was it? White powerful political figures would steer science directly. So they would steer science to promote negativity towards certain types of people. Like for instance, in this video, the dude is talking about how this white powerful figure was talking about how he wanted marijuana to be associated with bad characteristics like crime, like rape, like murder. He wanted to associate these three things with marijuana and associate marijuana with minorities. And so basically what the dude in the video is trying to say is, okay, so now that we know that marijuana is associated with all these bad things, and it's also associated with all of these people which should be which are normally perfectly good people, we should no longer use the word marijuana because it implies bad history or a bad person.
And for those of you who are kind of understanding what he's saying and not, a more simplistic version would be, and tell me if this is kind of correct, man. A more simplistic version would be the vehicles, the lowriders. For a while now, I want to say a couple decades, the lowrider has been placed as the vehicle for Hispanics.
Yes.
God damn phone. And so what he's trying to say is like people have, even though other people have lowriders, white people, black people, it doesn't really matter. Lowrider in people's minds, for those who don't drive lowriders, when you say, oh, they have a lowrider, it's automatically, oh, I guess they might be Hispanic or a Mexican or something like that. It's like, no.
Cholo.
Yeah, cholos. An individual like that is like, no. It's the same thing for what Van's saying with weed or marijuana. It's placed within that category of minorities. It's a negative thing, and then you automatically place it with minorities. So it's like, okay, negative, minorities, marijuana, all in one bunch. So lowrider, not as extreme, but it's the exact same idea.
Yeah, and like just to like wrap this little conversation or this topic up, basically in the video the dude is trying to enforce trying to tell everybody, hey, marijuana is the word marijuana is bad, don't say it anymore, I don't want to fucking hear it, it means bad things towards Mexicans, it means bad things towards African Americans and other minorities, don't say it anymore. And Ethan in the video is like, hey dude, if you're gonna you shouldn't give this much power to a word. Like you're just bringing up history that we can disprove now, and you're bringing up history that.
Let's see. Go ahead.
Oh well, I'm not trying to say like, oh, you know, the N-word has history you can disprove. I'm saying like, don't give a word so much power that allows people to get offended, because when people get offended, it brings out the worst in them sometimes, and it doesn't lead towards a direction of progress. It just kind of becomes an obstacle.
Orbital, but yeah, I get what you're saying. What's up?
Well, I want to hear Orbital talk about this.
No, Van, keep going, because I have something to say. Keep going.
Well, all right. So I was just gonna say,
Van.
No, he can continue. I was kind of done.
Oh, okay. Continue, Wicked.
Okay. But yeah, I was just gonna double back to what Van said about us focusing on the big picture instead of like, you know, stuff like that. I agree, but at the same time, we're still dealing with shit like police brutality. How, you know, young black men who haven't done anything wrong other than maybe smoke some weed are getting jailed, tried, and sentenced way harder than someone who shot up a school.
Well. That's all a result from rape.
Oh, y'all talking about Santa Fe?
No. Oh, rape.
Oh.
No. We're talking at the moment we started talking about Kendrick Lamar and
the N-word.
Yeah, and Travis Scott, who had a similar situation, but Travis was more calm about it, and Kendrick went over it. And right now we're talking about basically, should these words continue to have power, or should we come to the conclusion that it's time for us to suck it up? It's time for us to get over it.
Yep. Get over that shit. It's not the ER.
Like, I'm not saying get over it. I'm trying to say educate us so we can bury the hatchet and redefine what it is to say these things.
Yeah, bury the hatchet
so that we don't
over it.
So that we don't have people saying the N-word just because they feel angry, or because
go ahead.
Or just because, you know, they have a hate. We don't want these words to mean hate. I mean, obviously they did back then.
But he's saying he wants to change the definition.
Yeah, like we need to educate people.
See, my thing is,
what do you mean?
No, because
he doesn't want it to be such a big deal anymore, to the point where people get all up in arms about it. But my thing is, when it comes to educating people, they can only be educated. You feel me? Second of all, the thing about educating, you know, white people mostly, with black people.
Well, see, I was trying to steer that direction to them.
Okay, because a lot of black people don't particularly feel like it's our job to educate white people, but at the same time, from my personal perspective, it's like, look what happened when we wanted them to educate themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. Like,
that didn't work.
No, yeah, it's like, I get you. You want them to be responsible for their actions. It's time for I get you.
Well,
like, there's no reason why, there's no reason why there should, quote unquote, minorities should be the ones fixing everything.
Exactly.
Because remember, Blair, I sent you that video and you were like, well, they don't have impulse control. Yeah, and I mean, I kind of believed it. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the video that Van is specifically talking about is a group of...
Oh, this podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we are in the wrong chat. Everyone's in the podcast chat. I'm so sorry, Orbital. Thank you for reminding me.
Alright, let's get in there real quick.
Man, we made a mistake. But for everyone who's listening...
Oh, this was like, what?
For everyone who's listening, the video that Van had sent me was basically a group of white people who were at a water party, a swimming party, a pool party, and a grown man moved over to this woman and just ate her out in front of all these people, and they were cheering her
it's
on.
like, what the hell?
And just so you know, it wasn't like he was like kissing her outside of her bikini. They put the little
A watermelon sticker
over
it.
her. So it was like, he's doing this, and everyone's just like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it over again real quick to see if there's any kids. Basically, what I told Van, because Van was like, what is this? And I said, they don't have impulse control. But
And I have to like
I suppose
agree.
the way I
really
should have
don't.
worded it more was like, not, well, the way that Van,
Well, because I get the context. You kind of said it a little like hyperbolic. I get it.
And it's not even white people. It's
the post
just
was
white
deleted,
Americans.
so yeah.
It's just white
It's
Americans.
not, no, oh, troll. Let me tell you what happens in my
not.
country. Let me tell you the games they play in my country.
In
It's
Russia,
it's not just America. Everywhere is
Well,
stupid.
yeah, it's Russia too. You
No,
know,
everywhere is
Russians
stupid.
wild, bro.
In case you're not wondering,
Wow.
in case you're wondering,
don't talk
everyone,
about Russia,
a
dude.
number of UK people still
Come at me,
believe
brother.
that we should wage war against the US because the US still belongs to Britain. This is still an idea that goes on within over the pond.
Hey,
Right.
it's
If you're
People
wondering
still-
where I'm from Wales. I was born in Wales.
People
4
think
years.
we're a part of Britain still.
Well, they
We
believe
are.
that you
Wait, you were really born in Wales?
Yes. Now back to what you were saying though.
yes, bro.
Exactly.
Maybe.
That was the most indecisive answer. Yes, no.
I never said no. No never came out of my mouth except for this time. But go back to the conversation you were just saying, Van.
Fuck.
Because because the way I should have worded it though is it's not just
No, yeah.
it's not just white Americans. It's people in general have this idea that what the video was the man eating the woman out at a pool party. I can't look at it again because it's probably somewhere, but
Well,
Instagram
because I said it to you jokingly. I was like, "Why are white people like this?" And you said they have no impulse control. So that whole conversation was hyperbolic.
Yeah, I should have been more specific about it, but I guess the way it came off was I'm talking specifically about those white people. It's like, no, I'm talking about those people at that specific party because
No, yeah.
the actions that they showed right there was at one point I want to say they're stupid, but at the same time it's like I don't really understand. Maybe this is a group of friends, maybe this is a swingers party. We really don't know the context behind it. But usually,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
usually like this whole Kendrick Lamar thing and all these people saying the N-word and all that, we know the context behind it, and sometimes we don't even need to hear it. But sometimes at the same time it's like, oh, we beat this white dude up because he was saying the N-word. You talk to the white dude, is like, I was literally just rapping a Snoop Dogg song and they heard me and they just started hitting me.
Hey,
You got to hear both sides of the story. But
I got something to say.
later. But
No.
but
There's this one.
Here we go.
There's this one girl. It was like a few years back that beat up a kid, a white boy, because he had dreads.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, that's a problem too.
don't worry, we'll talk about this. I have a topic about all of this after we get over the should these words be removed. So once we get out of that,
All
we'll
I'm
definitely
saying-
jump into that one.
All I'm gonna say is, if you're white, don't wear braids, dreads, or anything of that
No, they
nature.
can.
Except for you, Riff
That shit
Raff.
looks ugly. It looks ugly.
But that doesn't mean they can. It's just the hairstyle for them.
looks
It doesn't
ugly.
matter.
I don't care. It looks ugly.
Okay, so
You
Wiki has. Okay, I have the opinion too. Like, I don't like they can wear it, but I will say this: you don't look good in it.
Yeah, go ahead, wear it.
Exactly. That's my
That's my
point.
opinion. That's my opinion. You can wear it, but you don't look good in it. Not to me.
I'm saying because you look so bad in it, I don't believe.
And that doesn't just go for like
Certain
whites
people- certain
either. There
people
are some
do.
other people that just don't look good in it.
Some people do though.
Some people.
Like
Give
that
me
one
5.
girl, that one singer.
I say give me 5.
Right.
you.
You're talking about
You there.
Post Malone?
Kodak Black, get rid of your
No.
hair. You look stupid.
Kodak Black looks like a whole like pine cone. Like
He's
this man
terrible.
looks like
Have you seen his girlfriend?
half his face is a smushed pine cone. Like that. It's so
Have you
crazy.
seen his lady? Like I saw a video of him and his.
Then
lady
again, he
friend.
did put them little spikes off, so I don't know.
He and his lady friend were just sitting down. I looked at him. I was like, man. So this is what a witch would be if they were still alive. Cause his hair is weird. They're like little. I was looking at it. I was like, man. I want to watch The Matrix because that woman who played Naomi, she looked good. They have the exact same hair. If you're wondering what this is the point where we calm down the podcast because
We need to.
we're about to jump into something else. I never told these guys what the whole topics were, but this is a serious podcast today. But jumping off.
Yeah.
Are we done with this other conversation? Anyone have any more, like, any final thoughts on should these words and should the past be in the past? Should these words lose their power, and should we teach and educate people on?
I just feel like you can say it if you don't mean it in a bad way. That's
Yeah.
That's the
who
way
you
I
are.
feel. It's like that's my nigga over there. It's like, okay, cool, Chris. It's like, that's a nigga.
Chris.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Okay, cool, Chris.
What was
That's
that?
cool, Chris.
What was that third word in that sentence? Did you say a?
Hey, over there.
You can say my, you can say the, you can say the, but you can't say a. You're racist, Chris. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like you
You
have
can't say D.
No, you can't, because you can say the niggers.
No! Now I gotta cut this out!
No. You can't say the. You can't say the. You can just say
No, you
my.
can, because think about it, it's like, oh, that's the nigga right there. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess in a way that could come off aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, that's the nigga that robbed me? It's like, no. It's like, you're right, okay.
That's what
So you
niggas
can't
like.
say the,
What?
or a. You can say my. Wait, no.
You can say That's
That's
Well,
it.
'cause it's
It's
like
who's,
my-
who's
Nah.
black
you can
boy?
say
That's
my
a
without
slave
the
right
ER.
Who's black
My
boy?
without the
Who's
ER.
black,
See,
who's
now-
black
see,
boy
now-
is this? That's my nigga. Get over
Who's
there.
black boy?
That's my nigga right there. You feel me?
Whose man is this?
That's my nigga right there.
You gotta put a you feel me at the end of it.
Is
That's
that
my
nigga
nigga
right
right there. You
there?
feel me?
He tosses him over and you put him in handcuffs? It's like, what? This is my nigga. And they walk out and me and Van are watching them. It's like, should we stop them or are they just like a gay kinky couple? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I should call the cops or not.
He's like pulling him into the back of like a police car. Should we stop them? What is going on?
Should we pop the tire? Something?
Should we look?
Are we
should
supposed to record this?
we walk outside. We look at the sign of the shop. Starbucks. Yeah, we need to record this right now.
yeah. Record it right now.
Location.
Yeah, we walk out like a freaking
Give me the address.
All right. So
Just don't say the N-word, period.
get in that car, the nigga. It was like, ugh.
The nigga.
That's his super villain name.
There's a racist white
Hear
army out
me.
there that exists.
I am the nigga.
It's an army of the night. But now that we have you all laughing and jiggling and giggling and jumping and hollering and hooping with your fried chicken and your beans and your collard greens,
Hey now.
No, you're racist.
Hey, fried chicken isn't a
Hey,
racist thing. You have to be stupid not to like fried chicken, period.
I don't like fried chicken.
I'm about to say I ain't like that when I was growing up. So
I don't like fried
So-
chicken.
My favorite is Popeye's fried chicken.
Y'all remember Savannah when she came in? Oh, we ain't having no normal graduation. We having chicken, fries, and collard.
yeah, I'm like,
I was like,
is that not normal?
I was sitting there. I was like,
I
what
was
is
over here like, is that not normal?
Exactly. It's like,
Okay.
No, I had fucking tamales for mine.
Exactly. I think she said we even put in our soda in coolers. I was like, what?
What? I was like, yo. I'm like,
You
yo, what
put-
happens when y'all get together? I need an explanation for this. I'm confused.
It was weird.
Like,
I'm like, yo, what do your family cookouts look like, yo? Like, damn.
It's like, what do you
Dude,
think
they
a
don't-
white family has? They have the exact same thing. We
Oh.
have steak, cheeseburgers, hot dogs. What else?
Oh no,
Kale?
what?
Kale.
kale with
We have
mustard.
kale. We have it straight from the ocean. Kale.
Kale with mustard
From
on
the
it.
ocean.
The
If
fuck?
you're a family that eats kale, it's just kale. There is no chicken. There is no barbecue. It's, are we cooking kale?
Kale.
We boiling kale?
But like,
Cutting up kale? We
No,
drinking
it's just kale.
but wait, run that back though. You said white cookouts have steak?
Yeah. every
And-
cookout has steak.
Oh yeah, white cookouts have steak and burgers. I thought you meant like graduation.
No, basically everyone
No.
has almost the exact same food.
It
Like,
should
it
be
just
the.
depends on where you're from, because I know for a fact people like over in the northwestern. I've never actually heard them have a cookout.
Yeah, because they're
They live in the cold.
Yeah.
They can't have cookouts.
They have cooked
Shit.
in.
actually
a-
yeah, that might actually be true.
exactly. So we don't know what they eat. They shut the door on us. We can't watch them. For all they know, they're just completely racist.
I mean, they're not racist. Bay's from Tacoma. So,
I said,
you know,
when I said the Northwest, I meant Washington.
See, I feel like
she's from Tacoma, Washington.
No,
I feel like the Northwest
Washington.
is too relaxed.
The
I
home
feel like
of the
Tacoma,
KKK, Washington State.
They're not. Wait, really?
Yes, that's where they're based.
No, Texas is.
No, they're
White
everywhere, but
people.
they're mainly up there.
But
How do you know?
bigger here.
they blend in with the snow. You would never know.
That's terrifying. I want a movie now.
Honestly,
Yo,
I was
dude.
like, hold up. Shh. Did that snow just move?
bomb
You hear their native music? It's just fucking country. It's like,
Their native
oh, man, what was that yodeling boy song? What was he singing?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't like that.
We're just sitting at home. We're eating food. We're just sitting at home. We're eating. Orbital looks at Orbital's like, shh, shh, shh. Do you hear that? All in the distance, you're. My girl going home. We country. Oh my God! It's the whites. And then bust through the door and start hanging you, because that's their superpower. We're not being racist.
Look, that's their signal. their signal.
Let me listen to this song.
Hey, yo, did you guys know that during World War II, fucking the Nazis were stationed in Canada?
Yeah, we know that. I knew that. At least.
Yeah, that's why Hitler's still out there in Canada.
What the fuck?
I'm glad I didn't hear what he just said. I remember the last time he said something about Hitler and it nearly killed me.
It had, like, God gave us a second chance.
Here it is.
Or gave Blur a second chance.
Turn that shit off.
You hear that in the distance and you know to run. It's like, do you hear that? Hold on.
Do you hear that?
Let me see if I can.
And run!
It's like we're just hanging out all of a sudden here. Wait, shh. Do you hear that? Oh my God!
Yo, can you imagine if we were all standing in like a house or something, and then that's all we heard in the distance? I'm like, yo, lock all the windows.
It's all around the house. It's just like
we just start scrambling.
at the windows. People are like, you're just exaggerating. I show them the videotape and they're like climbing with their hands and feet up the side of the wall.
Oh, he gone. Orbital's gone.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah.
Ooh.
That was fun. Alright, so. Yeah, Orbital was laughing, so he'll be back. I think.
I think we should just move on.
I'm not 100% sure how or what his situation is.
He's probably in a car. He was probably talking with a whole bunch of people around him. God knows.
No, I think he was in the bathroom.
Impossible. We would have heard a whole bunch of people around him.
There was an echo, so I think he was in sort of bathroom.
Probably.
Man, that guy, that dude is just awesome.
He was in here for like 20 minutes.
Like, what are you doing? You know, beating my meat. Let's go home.
He would say something like that too. I believe
He said it
that.
to us.
Yeah.
He didn't say it to his parents.
Nah, I believe he would say that to his friends and shit. Where were you beating my meat? Let's get the hell out of here. This place dirty. This place dirty.
This place dirty. I don't like it. Made me uncomfortable when I finished. Yo, what? Jawan and Kobe, what's wrong with you?
Jawan Kobe.
But yeah, so jumping right back to the whole racist issue, and I hope you guys did enjoy that ad read. All of that was an ad read, so you can go watch the Yodeling Kids' upcoming recital at the next year Coachella.
Please don't support him. If supporting us.
No. It's called Chokella.
Chokella.
Chokella. You know, choke. Kella.
Or we could
Choke
just
Killa. KKK. Hanging. Anyways, so like how I did that, like how I made all
I
that
didn't
make
hear
sense.
that.
No, that didn't
didn't
make
hear.
any sense.
Choke Killa. Choke Killa. Wu Tang ain't nothing. This is why.
Yeah, that's Ghostface Killer.
This is why I like white people better. Anyways.
Why?
Anyways, so the next topic was it is actually related to similar situations. So this is more of the whole topic that I was talking to myself while pulling something out of my rib cage that shouldn't have been there because it was lodged due to an airsoft gun. So I was thinking to myself, and in fact I even spoke to Wicked about this a little bit. And it's the whole I'm sure you whoops.
Whoa,
I'm
shit.
Sure you've heard of it. The whole, oh man, once this the old generation dies out, you know, a lot of racist stuff is going to go away. I'm sure you've heard that, correct?
Yeah. Now we got people our age putting out retarded ass shit.
No, And the
Yeah,
fact
Bad
that's
Bobby.
not true. That's not true at all. Yes, old white racism is going to disappear. But the thing is, nobody's even talking about the the elderly African Americans who are sitting around almost doing the exact same thing. It's like, you shouldn't like white people at all, sweetie. They don't like us. It's like, okay, grandma. But
Hi, Grandma.
that's the white people that you hang out with. That's the 50-year-old white cop down the street. My
Oh,
friend
that's true.
Tim is chill as hell. We listen to
Yeah.
Post Malone together.
No, yeah. No, my parents are like that too.
Yeah.
Really fucked. It's not just white people. Fucking everybody that's pretty old is kind of
Actually,
racist to some degree.
Man, but it's not just. It's the reason. The thing I hate about it is, like what you said, where white people need to educate themselves, and they have, and they've not been so good at it. A lot of them haven't been good at it. A number of them have been good at it, but there's this thing that I feel that people in general do not. Okay, so this is going to sound a little harsh, but from what I've been coming off, a lot of people just don't like white people in general, because they feel that they are kind of like the old, and the new generation, the youth, the younger ones, they honestly do their best to try and push that away.
Deviate.
They go like,
They try and deviate from that.
They go like, that's
I
not
know
us.
quite a few from. Go ahead.
They go like, that's not us. But then there are African American people. I'm just gonna go with African American Caucasian. I'm not gonna. If Van would like to pull in his culture, he can. But I'm just gonna stick with African American and Caucasian.
His culture.
I mean, I feel like to broaden it, let's just say so because no one's perfect. Period.
So let's just say like this for the African American and the new white generation. They're like, we don't want anything to do with the past. We're over it. We're not going to stay with it. But for some strange reason, the new young African American generation is just constantly bringing it up to them. It's like, no, you're never going to forget. We're never going to let you forget what you did.
No, yeah.
And so I'm sitting there like,
And it's for that reason, because if you forget the past and don't remember it, then it's. I don't know if you just heard that. Did you hear that?
no, we heard you drop out.
Okay. I said that it's because of the whole mindset that if like you forget the past or want to ignore it, then you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is like, I can understand that, but hey, we understand that you guys are trying to like move past it all, so we're gonna help you do that. And then there's a difference between you a white ass cracker and you hung my ancestors, and I'm like, whoa, calm down, son. Calm down.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like
Because it's kind of like that within my household. Well, the way I was raised, because I feel like you're right. I feel like we've developed some sort of I don't want to say hatred. I feel like hatred is the wrong word, but I feel like we've developed some sort of cringe against the white people. Or I don't want to say we. I want to say just like in general. But like,
No, it's we. I get it.
because
oh, no,
you're
it's not
right.
just we,
Well,
it's-
Blur's right. Because Blur is right. It's not just old white people that are racist. We have old Mexicans. We have old African Americans.
Whoa.
Okay, look, I'm just
Prejudice.
No, racist.
Prejudice.
prejudice. Okay,
Stop trying to-
prejudice.
There's not a system in place
Okay,
to go up
no.
against white people. Don't.
There's not,
There's
there's
not.
not a what? What did he say?
There's not a systematic.
no, yeah, because like we don't have any like real statistics that say, oh, all old people are terrible, and the majority
I'm not
aren't.
saying all old, but there are racist
No.
African American.
Let's just say
not
a
old,
handful.
not old.
Let's just say
There are prejudiced African Americans
There are
and
racist African Americans. There are racist white people.
Right.
If we're gonna sit around and pretend that this word is just protected against our people, I'm gonna get out, because there are racists everywhere.
yeah. But see, the thing is like we're conditioned to think. Well, the older generation, not the majority, but let's just say a handful.
All right.
A handful of the older generation has conditioned some of the young generation to go, hey, you see that other race? Back in my day, we didn't like them, so I don't expect you to like them back either.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us are growing with that mentality, even if we're educated.
Right.
Like even if we know better, some of it's still stuck with us.
honest.
I feel like even with our education and even with our knowing better, it just kind of roots with us from how we were brought up a little bit.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all real quick. Honestly, I want to believe that we do have the capacity to move forward as a people.
Mm-hmm.
But getting older, I have found that a lot of people that I grew up with, like a lot of my white friends, because I did have quite a few growing up, you know,
Same.
Mm-hmm.
they have serious ties to like races, like hardcore races. I'm talking the full shebang.
And I
Confederate flags,
and I wonder
KKK supporting.
that affects me and Wicked, because me and Wicked come from, well, I like to say I'm the South, but Wicked is also nearby. He's from the South, so me and Wicked and I was going to say Florida boy. I'm in Gold. We're all around those type of people. Then, what about you? You're up in the West. You're over in California.
I was brought up around a mixed community. Mm-hmm. I was brought up in like downtown and whatever, so there was like handfuls of different kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of weird because my dad was brought up during a time where everybody was like, yo, Mexicans are terrible people, so Mexicans just fought back. They're like, yo, white people are terrible, or oh, black people are terrible. So it was kind of like, back then, California had a history of kind of like being a free-for-all. So my dad kind of grew up with that mentality and tried to instill it in me. But when I got older, I was like, yo, Dad, no. Like, not everybody's like that anymore. Like, fucking times have changed way past what you grew up in. And he's like, oh, like, I mean, I guess. He's like, you're right at some aspect. I guess it's just stuck in me to have my experiences.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because I grew up with a number of like white people, African American, some like Middle Eastern people, some Asians and whatnot. So I'm like familiar with a handful of different types of people.
Okay.
So I learned not to be a dick, because I was like, well, these people aren't so bad, so why should I assume everybody else is?
I come from a different way. Be an asshole to everyone, so you're an asshole to no one.
Well, see, the thing is like
that's
just
how that works.
It's how it works for me. It's how I treat you guys, and so far I've been good.
Well, I feel like that just goes back to the golden rule: treat others how you wish to be treated.
Yeah,
if somebody treats you like a dick, just be like, yeah.
It's like,
So I mean, that's basically.
If I see a person in a wheelchair, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, what up, wheelie?" I'm not gonna like treat them. It's because I'm not gonna treat them any special or any different. It's like, "What's up?" And a lot of them honestly don't like to be treated differently. It's like,
yeah,
hey, yeah, I know. I mean, but treat me like a normal person. I'm like, okay, cool.
I'm not gonna call you wheelie though. That's wild.
That's interesting, because I was gonna say the wild thing would be like if I went over and picked them up and put them on the floor. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's something I will never do.
Yeah.
I mean, see, the thing is, it's like you also don't want to identify a person by what they are right away.
All right. See, I'm not gonna get into that.
But yeah, but for me, I have an example of why I think, or not, why I've come to this idea that all individuals dislike white people. And not only that, I think that it's white people that don't like white people too. So I'm sure you all, it's an old story, but there is this girl who had like a Chinese, or I'm gonna say Chinese, Japanese, I'm not 100% sure, a while ago story.
It was Eastern.
Yeah, we'll say an Eastern dress. And she got into the possessed. She got into the pose, and it was like Vape Nation from H3H3 Ethan Klein. Hey Ethan, if you're listening to this, throw us a bone. I promise we're not teenagers. We're changing the name. I swear to God.
bro,
That like I swear to God.
I swear to God. No, their last video was demonetized. They didn't have ads on it because they were talking about YouTube.
We're talking about everything. We'll talk about YouTube later. But yeah,
Let's say us as well. We didn't tag her. Watch. I'm calling it now.
She's not. I'm
calling it now.
Anyways, so the idea was basically all these people were getting after this young girl because she got in a position to
Wait, what?
She's talking about the Winnie the Pooh movie you brought up or some crap.
Oh yeah.
Give me a second, I burp. She was basically in this position and all that. She wore the dress, and all these people were like, "Hey, you are very insensitive. That's not your culture. You're just appropriating it. Appropriate something like that. I can't remember.
Appropriating.
Yeah, you're just appropriating it and all this stuff." And she's like, "No, I like the dress. I thought it was beautiful, and I wanted to wear it. I didn't want to appropriate. I just wanted to show my affection for it." And all these people were like, "You're a bitch, you're a bitch." And then everyone, not everyone, but a number of people who are from that culture was like, "Yo, she's good. There's nothing wrong she did. She wants to show that she loves our culture. She's not appropriating it, she's appreciating it."
No, yeah. See, this is the thing with our generation, and I want to say our generation.
No, go
Start
ahead.
nitpicking a little bit. Our generation wants to get offended. They fucking love it, and it pisses me off very much. So.
I think it's because we're so used to fighting. I think that's the legit reason, because if you think about it, we're one of the most quote-unquote tame. But let me see, in about 10 years from now, 110 years from ago, I think we were in a war.
No, yeah.
Not only a war, we were in a war after that war, and then a war after that. All we're used to, I suppose, is just like conflict.
Damn, I really need to find this article, because I found an article a while back.
About what?
And it was detailing the how people just like to. Give me a second. Goddamn.
Because I think it's interesting. I think the whole idea of the melding pot of America is kind of backfiring. I know it's like a good idea, or it was a good idea. It's like, oh,
it was a good idea on paper.
It's like everyone's here. There's no differences. But like I just said, I feel like we're, as a species, so used to conflict, and now whenever we were used to conflict, it's like the people we were fighting 100 years ago are now here. So we're just going to fight inwards instead of having to go all the way across the world to go fight them. They're here. Let's just take them here.
I'm going to be completely honest. I originally thought that the idea of the melting pot was complete and total bullshit until I did, actually ask a few of my friends and family who have had, multiple friends from different races. And I realized that it can work.
Yeah.
But we gotta get rid of a lot of extra shit first. Like, for example, white people, y'all gotta address that racism is still a problem. Black people, y'all gotta address the fact that not all white people are racist.
Yes, exactly. It's fucking
white people, not all Mexicans are evil rapist assholes. In fact, there's more y'all than them. Black people, communicate with Mexicans more. Shit.
Please.
Honestly.
Please,
Asian,
we don't, dude. Like, for real. Like, I made that question in the Blurcast the other day. Can you guys identify some Latino or Latino American superheroes? Because I was feeling upset.
Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle, Gypsy, and
I was beginning to feel upset. I was like, okay, so it's right now we live in a black and white world, and I mean that almost literally, because, well, I mean figuratively, but
me and
literally.
had to pull out like all the stop cards. We were like, Blue Beetle, too basic. Gypsy vibe, too basic. Aztec's not basic, but we had to pull them out. We had to go all the way.
Aztec's OP.
Because I was getting a little upset, I think, that night, and I had gotten upset, I think, that whole month, because I was thinking, after Black Panther came out, I was like, do Mexicans have, like, a fucking, or Latinos in general, do Latinos have some sort of, like something they can associate with that isn't just another...
They could do Blue Beetle.
Latino characters are, like I just said, old. They're from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, the most recent ones you're going to see are like American Chavez.
Because, see, the thing is like, I was thinking about it because I had seen a post on Tumblr, and it was like, I didn't want to believe it at first because it just seemed silly. It was some chick who was like, it kind of bugs me, the chick said, it kind of bugs me that it's like the word Latina is synonymous with porn subjects. Or perverse subjects.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second. And then I looked up Latina, and I got like, I don't know, maybe that's because my Google's fucked up. Because I am shady. So probably my Google was like, yo, dude, you looking for this? But I'm like, I thought about it, and I was like, so what do you first imagine when you think of a Latina chick? What do you picture when you hear a Latina?
I can't tell you. Because
Is
the
it
first thing
bad?
that popped in my head was a giant 6'2" bald man that drives cars.
What?
What the fuck?
What?
Vin Diesel. That was the thing that shot
Oh,
my
I'm
head.
like, what?
Saying Latino, not Latino. Anyway, so yeah, I'm assuming a lot of people. Well, I'm not gonna just fucking blame everybody, but I'm saying like normally it's not a good image. You normally imagine a big booty Latina, probably voluptuous in the chest.
Don't you dare, Wicked. He doesn't use my
What
words.
the
I wasn't
fuck?
gonna say. I wasn't gonna invite him.
Are you? Oh fuck! I don't like how his profile picture is just his chest.
It's not him. It's an old person. It's an old drawing. Continue though, Van.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about fables. I'm talking about shifts. I thought that's what we were talking about.
No. Continue what you were saying.
Okay, but yeah, like I got upset that night, particularly because I was like, everybody gets this sort of association with something cool, but when it comes to Mexicans, it's either a cholo movie or some heartfelt, like, kiddish movie about family. And I'm like, well,
Oh,
you know, I
goddamn.
want to be a good badass.
Really?
I want to think about some dude saving the fucking day or some shit like that. I want to picture.
Well,
Van,
You
just
got
so you
shows
know,
like-
yeah, your Google is messed up because the first thing I see when I see Latina is Latina Media Ventures.
Wait, what?
Latina Media Venture. Like I typed in Latina because I wanted to see if I would get lucky like you, but no, I just got a bunch of stuff.
What is this? It's just I clicked on the link. It just says Latina. We'll be back soon. Oh, pardon us while our system is being upgraded. Thank you for our patience.
But
That's the Mexican accent. That's how Mexico says it. We'll be back soon. Give us a bit.
I have never heard a Mexican say that.
I get what was.
well, like, well, I mean, fuck it. Okay, so my Google's probably messed up, yeah. But
But yeah, at least you got different shows like Narcos and Queen of the South. But even those are about high class criminals. So
see,
I
that's
get
the
what
thing.
you're
It's like
saying.
I don't want Latinos to be associated with bad people.
Yeah, I get
like-
what you're saying.
Cause, like, I don't know if you guys know this. You probably do if you watch Rick and Morty. But Rick is Latino.
Yeah, Rick Sanchez.
Yeah, it took me the longest time to figure that out.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
I get that his last
they
name was
admitted it.
Sanchez,
They're
but
like-
look at Beth. She's blind.
Yeah,
It-
but like
That's not the clearest thing
we can
Rick has gray hair.
We can intermingle with other people.
But my thing is like, is there a reason for? I mean, I don't want to assume there's a reason for that. It was probably just like, oh yeah, he's Latino, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Trust me, there's most likely not. One of the dudes is like, yeah, we're probably never going to show Evil Morty until like season 5.
No, yeah, but it's like,
That's what's pissing me off because
So
I know they're probably
they have all
not.
these
Oh,
things.
shit.
Shift.
anyway, so yeah, I'm like, because Rick's not exactly the most exemplary person. He's pretty much a psychopath.
Understatement of the millennia. Rick is a psychopath.
No, he's not.
Even Morty said it. He was like, he's like a demon or a really twisted god.
I fully understand the way that Rick is coming from, but
I really don't.
really,
No, see, the thing is,
I
it's
mean,
like,
I just want everyone to
basically,
understand that these people don't understand how Negan works, and I fully am behind Negan.
okay, see, the
Back to
whole,
Rick.
I understand that
See,
the whole
you're
basis
full-
behind Rick's character
Not Rick.
is that he's
Oh,
basically so
wrong.
smart that he's not interested or surprised by anything anymore. That is what I understand. And he literally just does anything and everything he wants to do after that.
see, but that's the thing. It's like, because when I found out Rick was Latino, I was like, oh, cool, really smart Latino and shit. I was like, yo, I mean, not that it should matter to anybody else, but I felt like it was a little thing. No, we're talking about races. He's like, what?
The walking race in Morty.
Are you guys?
Because-
we're talking about psychopaths now for some reason.
Yeah, because I said that I didn't understand Negan and Blair
you
brought
guys
that
are talking
up.
about because you were like, hey, Latinos are shown in a very bad light, usually
Yes.
on television, and that's how you got here.
Oh, right.
And now you're over here like, oh, even though Rick is Latino, he's still a psychopath. So it's still keeping on the cycle of racism. See, I got you guys. I'm constantly listening and making sure that you don't fuck up.
See, like, it probably doesn't matter to anybody else. It's probably just a personal issue of mine. But
I mean, no, I get it.
How could you ever get it?
yes,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think of like, is there a way we can just get a badass Mexican that isn't all tagged up like fucking what's his face? I forget his name for fucking Suicide Squad.
Oh,
There we go.
El Diablo was dope.
Here's the interesting thing.
But then they killed him off.
Here's the interesting and sad part about this podcast. If I can't hear Shift, the podcast can't hear Shift, and I've not heard him say a single word. I've noticed
You
Oh,
that
probably
you guys
have
are like,
to increase his volume.
okay.
He said he's been on. Oh, Chef said you have me on mute. You asked.
Do I really have him on mute?
Chef said, "Tell him I
do
said I
have
love
on
him."
mute. I do have him on mute. We're gonna keep him.
What the fuck?
Chef said I love you.
Okay, I'll unmute him now.
No, why are you
I
lying?
love you, cunt.
Van is
You're
my
a
witness.
fast cunt.
Van is my witness, you little shit.
You're a fast-moving cunt, and I love you.
I don't like the way his tone is shifting.
Exactly right. That's moving kind, aren't you? Yeah, I love you.
Back to muting. So, back to what we were saying. The whole
Hey,
situation
yo.
about this racism thing.
Blood, take me off mute. Take me off mute.
We're not on mute.
It's
Oh,
shift.
Why would I
Good,
put
good,
Wicked
good.
on mute?
Because of what I just. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
That's what I thought. So yeah,
He's like, he's gonna mute the whole goddamn podcast by himself.
Exactly.
and I've held one before. So I think we got.
That's exactly my point.
I think we've gotten off topic a bit. The whole shtick
Okay.
is basically how we feel, or how I've thought, or how I've assumed that other people feel about Caucasians. But it's not just. I feel like we've delved way off of Caucasians and moved into another subject. So we're gonna like wrap this up real quick, and then we're gonna hop into another one that I feel is safe enough for us to discuss. Right now, we're mainly talking about
We're on thin ice right now. Holy shit.
Safe for
we're
work.
talking about where Van is. Van is bringing up how Hispanic culture or Hispanic representation in media
That's the word I was
isn't
looking for.
best at the moment, and I can understand that. But here is where I come in. I believe that they are trying their best, but
No, they're not.
See, the thing is,
I
like-
believe that they're trying their best, and that's the thing.
Look,
That's the problem.
Hollywood, no,
This
it's not.
is their best, and their
Look.
best is ass.
Yeah, because that's what I wanted to say. It's like, I don't want to discredit the effort they want to put in, like with movies like Coco, for example.
Mhm.
It's a pretty good movie,
Never
but
seen it.
I feel like, is that it? Like, is really that it? Like, I mean, it's a good movie. It talks about tradition.
Mhm.
It's very beautifully colored. Fucking Disney did a great job on it.
It has
Oh,
the first,
but
it has
but,
the
like-
first gay characters.
But the way they promoted it was weak. Hardly
Wait,
anybody
what?
knew when it was out.
Yeah.
It was they messed up by letting a Frozen short appear before the actual movie in theaters. And I'm like, you guys could have done a better job of promoting this really beautiful film that you guys have, I assume, spent years working on. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like,
Well,
are we this sidelined? Are we this like?
Well, I feel
on
that
the
they
side?
got more out of it than they wanted to. I'm looking it up right now. The budget for the movie was 175 to 200.
Well, no, yeah, because the movie was great.
Yeah,
Like
they
once
got
the movie, like once everybody found out,
805.8 million out of it. But I'm gonna go.
yeah,
look
because
at
once
the-
everybody found out the movie was out, they were like, "Oh, yo, this is dope." But like, why did we have to go through these obstacles
well,
to fucking enjoy it?
there's a chance that they may have marketed it more in other countries because at the moment it says Coco only grows 209.7 million in US and Canada. However, every other country 596.1 million worldwide.
Well, that just goes to show, you know.
I
Yeah, and that's
don't
what-
want to say this to be rude to you, Van, but maybe these companies have this mindset, or I won't say mindset because maybe they have like years of research, but maybe it's just the idea that, you know, America isn't interested in Hispanics or anything of your culture.
See,
Other
that's kind of what
races, on the other hand, because they're from America and all that, you know. It's
see.
like, we're
That's kind of
interested.
what I want to get into. I'm like,
Here's the thing about
I
that.
want people to be more interested in the Latino culture.
Here's the thing about that.
Coco did good.
Oh yeah, it did. I'm not saying it didn't.
Here's my issue with that. I understand wanting more people to be in. I agree. More people should be interested in that. However, with the advent of political figures who base their entire campaign off of the hate mongering
No, yeah.
of the Latinos, cough cough Donald Trump.
Cough, cough.
Oh.
No, he didn't.
Don't get
No, he
political. No political. 'Cause
This whole entire
Right.
podcast is political. Shut up.
It is
Anyway.
one of
It
those
is
type of
political.
podcasts. I'm allowing it.
fuck! And I joined in late. God damn it, Napple.
He blames the only Hispanic looking
blames-
Dragon Ball Z character.
Damn.
God damn it, Napa. Like what?
Damn it.
The only
The only Hispanic looking. I mean, but I guess Vegeta looks sort of Hispanic.
He does it.
Yo, Dragon Ball Z is
Out
fucking.
to.
Dragon Ball Z is fucking popular to the Latinos. We fucking eat that shit up, dude.
Of course.
I dream
Latinos
of
love it. Black people love it.
Dude, you
Asians
should-
love it. In fact, the only ones who don't like Dragon Ball Z.
I'm about to slap the shit out of Wicked. Anyone else hear that last one he said?
No.
He said Asians love Dragon Ball Z. I wonder
They
why.
do. They do.
I
mean, it's
wonder
an
why
anime,
they
but
like
come
it
on.
though. It's not like
It's
they
an
helped
anime.
create it.
Buddy.
It's an anime. Of course they like it, but still.
I wonder why
I'm
they
saying-
like it.
Bro, dude,
I'm saying
dude,
everybody
no.
likes it except white people.
No, they like it too. They're the
No,
weird
dude,
ones when it
fucking
comes to
Dragon
like
Ball
it.
Z is like, even if if I'm pulling this out of my ass, I feel like Dragon Ball Z is like the most fucking popular anime that has to fucking exist right now.
I mean,
No.
it probably is one of the most popular ones
It's one
in
of the
America.
most known, I'd say, but not the most popular.
Corey in the house.
I'll
I'd say
beat
that.
your ass.
Please, please, I will shove this
Anyways,
knife
continue.
in your
continue,
kneecap.
Continue.
Anyway, shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah,
Talk about how you think something.
I guess what I get is that you think right now is not the time to put a spotlight on Mexicans. Is what I'm getting.
yes.
I could be
yes,
wrong as
yes,
shit.
Thank you. Fuck. Okay, yeah. Right now, so long as Trump and his administration remains in power, I don't believe that it is your time. I understand the need and the
my.
desire for having somebody of that nature, for having representation of that nature. Feel you.
It's gonna be like that part.
We legit just got Black Panther, so I get it. I get it.
Well,
It's
So,
gonna. It's
I
like that part
say-
of Man of Steel.
Wait till like 2021. You feel me? Wait till like 2021. Around that time.
That makes me get sad.
I feel like we're getting
This
to
is
that.
so muted. It sounds like you got your face in a pillow, bro.
yeah, that's why I was like, I see his light lighting up, but I still can't hear him, which means the podcast.
I can hear him. It's just
Now he's just.
Waka waka waka.
Now he's just.
Waka waka waka. What
he
the
sounds like those microphones you hear at a McDonald's when you're at the drive-thru.
fuck? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
But yeah, the way I see it is like, my friend once said, I believe once we get another black president or more African Americans get in power, then it's the Mexicans' turn to get in power as well.
Yeah,
And I
like we
said
just got to
to
do it
her-
one
I
by
said
one
to
by one.
her, as awesome as that sounds, I know more African Americans who are untrusting of Mexicans than I know whites. I hear like the rich white people who are like, yeah, we don't really like them, but I rarely ever hear like a low class, like a real low class, like I have no house, go like I don't like Mexicans. And basically what I'm trying to say is, it seems there's the mindset or the mentality of, it's either us or them. And even right now, like, the African American community is kind of against itself. They have their own, like, gaps and sections within their own people that's going on. Like,
I mean, I guess I kind of get you. I mean,
I'm trying to think of a way to say it.
I've seen African Americans rally behind Trump. It's not like they don't exist.
No,
Yeah,
it's not like that. It's not
unfortunately.
like that. I mean, like, communities of African Americans that only mess with themselves. Okay, I think I have a way to explain it. There are African Americans who have a lot of them who have the mentality of, instead of it's either us or them, it's either me or you.
Yeah.
There is no community at all in that sense. Yeah. So
because the black community is very divided. We're extremely divisive. I'm not even gonna lie. We're divided as hell. Because we're so busy competing with each other over just the simplest stuff.
No. It's because you guys are hating on each other when you see it. When we see another black man being successful.
That's
what he just said.
That's exactly what I just said.
Stupid ass niggas.
That's exactly what I just see. Chip is embodying it right now. He's showcasing it right now.
Wicket's over here trying to be Martin Luther, fucking,
and he still got mad.
Malcolm X.
No, because I'm hot ass, bro. Like we claim Black Lives Matter and shit like that, but come on, man. Black on black crime, left and right. We got Bloods and Crips killing each other. We got drive-bys left and right in the ghetto cities. Like, come on, man. You can't be preaching all that shit when you're not acknowledging that shit as well, man.
What's that one song? It's fucking. I'm trying to think. Hold on. It's Hold on. Let me find the song.
What up?
You saw that post? Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. You saw that post I posted on freaking Facebook, right? About how I forgot what college it was, but it's holding like dinner or some shit like that.
No, I haven't seen
come
that.
on. Okay, so it basically said that this college was having a black-only like dinner, like I just said, and some guy was like, "This is stupid because blacks were always like, again, we were segregated back in the 1940s, 50s, and whatever, up until the civil rights movement and stuff." And lost my train of thought, thinking about weed as well.
Damn.
And, so like when we have these things that are like black only, or like BET, Black Entertainment TV, or freaking what is it? There was like a black movie award or something like that, or something like that. Where just like all a bunch of black actors. Is that what it's called? Or is that's like the nickname for it, right? Where it's like Jordan Peele was there, a bunch of black directors. The director of Black Panther was there. So it's just like a bunch of black actors and directors. But it's just like, I can see where we're coming from, because yes, we were segregated and all that shit, only.
You're cutting out.
That's going back.
He's getting too mad. You need to tone it down.
I get what he's trying to say. He's basically saying that it's being regressive as opposed to progressive to have black only stuff. But I disagree, for the simple fact that, like you said with the Blemmies, I disagree for the simple fact.
Just so everyone understands, I do not think that it's ever been called the Blemmies. I think they tried to say never called the Blemmies.
Look, right now we don't have. Right now we don't know what it's called.
I'm saying that whole situation. I disagree for the simple fact of this: Angela Bassett has not gotten an award yet.
Is that that one chick that pretended to be black?
I've heard of her. I've never seen her.
No, that's Rachel Dolezal. Angela Bassett is the lady who played T'Challa's mama. Yeah. Who played Rosa Parks? Who? Give me.
Are you saying it's racist that she hasn't gotten an award?
I'm saying that she deserves one.
So
I never said it was racist.
He didn't get one till the Revenant. And he's been in numerous great ass movies. And he's white. And actually, what I found out...
But he has one now.
Muting you.
Caitlyn,
I really stop muting you guys when I leave, because that also, mutes the podcast.
Yeah, it does. I was wondering why you did that also.
We were just catching up shift.
Yeah, it's just a natural reaction.
I don't like how people keep citing Martin Luther King.
Me either. I have two friends.
His vision was not. Go ahead.
I have two friends that are very extreme, and
niggas.
While they were talking to me, the words that Martin Luther King had to deal with the Ku Klux Klan came up, and I just left the room because I was hungry. But if you look it up, no, they were 100% serious. They were like, "Oh yeah, while Martin Luther King was a good person, no offense, just so everyone listening, we're not out here to bash you. We're not out here to throw racism in your face.
Your opinions are yours. Our opinions are ours. We have no intentions of manipulating or persuading you to feel or think a certain way.
Exactly. We're not here to bash Caucasians, whites, Africans, Latinos. Well, I am here to bash Latinos and Africans. I'm not here. We're not here to hurt anyone. We're just speaking to discuss. We're just speaking to discuss what we think.
Out of it, I'll bash them.
We're just speaking to discuss what we think.
All right, so
I'm not done.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, okay.
We're just speaking to discuss what we think. We don't want to like start any fights or riots. We know that this is a sensitive subject. If you are listening and you feel that something we said was out of character or out of line, please bring it up to us. We're not going to.
Or you can just not watch the video.
Or you can just not watch the video.
Whoa, hey now.
Any of that is the situation. If you feel that we didn't say something correctly or we said something too harshly, we want to at least explain what we mean, because there's a big difference between texting and voice. And right now what we try to do, the way we speak, is because we're comfortable with one another, but we don't naturally talk about this subject ever.
No.
We try to avoid this as much as we can. At least I do. At least in voice chat, we don't want to piss anyone off. But we know this is going to happen. We know we are going to piss someone off. So if you have an issue, please bring it up to us. We're not going to go bash on you and jump on you all together. We're at least going to address it.
Like, feel free to like actually help us learn, because that's what this is all about. We want to educate each other, because otherwise we're not fucking helping any. Like, if we're just going to be toxic and be like, no, white people this, or African Americans this, or Latinos that, we're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. So that's about it. We just want to make. I just want to make sure that's understood. But continue from whoever was last speaking.
Okay, I was gonna say that I wish people would stop quoting Martin Luther King, because his vision was not as expensive as everybody perceives it. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Oh,
it wasn't as
his "I Have a Dream" speech kind of clarified that he wanted everyone to be seen as equals. So I'm just saying, I don't know where you're coming from. So please explain.
I'd rather not, but okay.
I mean, if you're gonna bring it up, just explain it, please.
I'm good.
If he doesn't want to explain it, he doesn't have to explain it.
Well, see, I didn't see the post. I have to read it real quick. You guys can.
Alright, so given Van time to read this post, and seeing as we're all comic book nerds here, and seeing as we don't want to start a full-on argument, we're going to use Charles Xavier and Magneto as examples. For those of you who love X-Men, this is your part. If you are literally a racist who loves X-Men, how does that work? Explain it.
I know, what the hell? Like, yeah, there'll be some sort of weird. No, because there are progressive Republicans, or I don't want to say Republicans. Well, racists, and that's kind of weird to me. There are progressive.
How does that work?
How are you racist and you read X-Men and you like the X-Men? I would expect you to go like,
How are you both racist and progressive? How?
No. You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
there are weird mixes.
I'm very surprised. Please explain this shit, because I'm confused.
Look at me. I'm a racist.
Okay, just to put this simply, there are people who hate other people for their race.
He acts like he's telling us a secret that no one's ever heard before.
Don't tell anyone I told you this, but there are people that can actually be really fucked up towards specific people, but still believe in things like LGBT movements or the economy. And
so they're racist towards certain people.
I can understand that though, because at one point it's like, yeah, I don't like you because of your race, but I don't really care if you love another dude.
No,
you know?
Here's a perfect example, and I want to use my mother as an example. You know how Zootopia is kind of just like a nod to racism, right? You guys get that, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was trying to explain to my mom, because she was like, okay, so what's the premise of this movie? And I explained to her, okay, so it's got race undertones, like racism undertones. And she was like, really? And she was like, I don't see it. And I was like, you don't see it? I was like, you don't see the praise trying to give the predators a bad name? And she was like,
white people, the predators are black people, Latinos, all that shit.
and she was like, no, I don't see it. I just see cute animals. And I'm like, oh, so there are oblivious people too. There are people that genuinely don't think this is a problem. Like, you could read X-Men if you're a racist and not see it, and not.
You turned to a horse?
Fucking Yoda over here. There are people that can read X-Men and still be racist just for the sole purpose of being like, that doesn't apply to me. That doesn't apply to this. Like, you could be that sort of person. Those people exist.
And all right, let's see how far into this podcast we are. We are coming up on 2 hours, so we'll finish it at 2. We're at an hour and 47 minutes.
Okay.
Alright then. So we could just probably stop this then. We could just bury the hatchet and just say educate ourselves. We can
shift the conversation.
He sounds like
I was expecting
like
a Yoda.
Shitty static memes, don't you know? You've seen that meme of Fortnite?
No.
So you're telling me eats a Skittle, commits treason, and all that static?
Those fucking oversaturated memes. My brother calls them deep fried memes because they're like burnt as shit.
Ew.
Speaking of static, I want him to be a skin in Fortnite. Just saying. Anyway, continue.
Static.
I mean, I feel like we could. Okay, so this is basically where we're gonna just wrap it up. We need to bury the hatchet. We need to learn to educate ourselves and work better.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up. Safety first.
No glove, no love. That's all. That's the next subject now. We gotta talk about sex education.
We can if you want.
Next podcast, not this one.
All right then.
We need more studies. We need more articles to read.
Oh yeah. We don't just jump into these a lot of the time without knowing our shit. I mean, yeah, I go like, oh yeah.
I mean, we have to have some prior knowledge.
Stories, but at the same time, it's like there are so many stories.
Well, you guys are serious about this? Because I wasn't sure if that was a joke or not.
I mean, no. I mean,
I thought that was a joke, but like
off the table.
When y'all are talking about it,
I'll talk about it. Me and Van have like full-on political and intelligent discussions all the time when you guys aren't around.
Well, thanks for fucking inviting me, you cunt.
Well, I mean, I'm not for that. Me and Van are like in the middle ground. Sure. We openly like. Me and Van are like in the middle ground a lot of the time. We're very
always just kind of like when we kind of see eye to eye to a lot of things.
I'm just not entirely sure how much. I'm just not entirely sure how much stimulated conversation we can have about sexual education when we all know.
Surprised.
Was that a?
We all know how it works.
Was that a fucking pun? You stupid bitch.
Oh wow! I didn't
some
even.
People can't understand.
Oh, that was not
sexual education and all that about. There are people who fully believe that condoms are made by the government and the devil. That condoms are evil because people believe that condoms are bad because they purposely stop you from having kids, and so they purposely do not buy condoms. That's
like them religious nuts? I mean, fucking religious nuts?
No,
oh god.
Oh yeah, that is why education should teach. And
you see, that's a
you can have so many conversations.
Blair just said something that really bugged me.
What up?
And it was like that you said that there are people that believe that condoms exist for the sole purpose to stop us from having children, and I'm like, I mean, isn't that what a condom is for?
No. There are people who believe every time you have sex, kid, anything that stops you from having a child is evil. I should have been more calm about.
Okay, because I was like, people literally think that a condom for its sole purpose is evil just because it does what it does.
Yes, actually, there are people who that is the idea. There are people who are just like, it's to them a condom and a birth control pill and abortion are the exact same thing.
We don't wrap up in these streets.
What
the fuck was that?
Was that you?
No, was that you?
That was my microwave.
Oh my god! I swear to God, that sounded like it was in my room. Fuck! I was gonna duck. I was like,
ass? Whoa.
No, I heard
your voice like cut out perfectly. It was funny. Like it sounded like it was coming from my.
What the fuck?
Anyways,
on my side, it's funny.
But anyways, like we were saying, yeah, there's so many conversations we could have, which is why we want to change the name from J.T.A. Justice Team. Oh yeah, Vagenda, if you were listening, this is the one of the I know that you love the name and you believe we should stick with it. I fully believe that we should too, but it's just for like marketing strategies. It's the word teen that kind of like throws people off, and
we could just call ourselves Justice.
We get sued. We get sued by that company named Justice.
Tetra Justice.
I don't like that.
I hear like someone's getting sleepy.
I don't like the word tetra.
Tetragram.
The Waterfront Podcast.
Ew.
What did he say?
I don't know. That sounds like that sounds weird.
But yeah, there's so
my dad brought up 2 words that really stuck with me for a while now, and it's he said. What?
No. It's so interesting because when people hear this podcast, there's like an 8 out of 10 chance they're barely going to hear Shift.
No,
because I'm using all of my chakra and my jutsus to increase his volume without increasing his volume technically.
Shut up, nigga.
I heard that. He's getting on mute.
He's roboticizing anyway. So like I was saying, like go on.
Oh, I muted him. What is he saying?
Oh no, because he was trying to say next podcast something. He didn't finish.
I feel like I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna hear next podcast on JTZ, but I'm gonna give him the chance and unmute
next time
on just JTZ.
All right, say it.
Oh, I was gonna say next podcast. Let's talk about religion.
Are we allowed to? Is that one of the rules?
No.
No. It depends because I feel like me and Van can talk about religion, and
I'm okay with it.
Me and Van can talk into religion in a very safe manner. But when I was listening to you and Shift, when we were like, we don't want to like fight or offend anyone, I could literally hear both of you going. Wicked was about to say, "Well, I want to fight or offend someone." Specifically, stop themselves. And I heard Shift saying something, but he's too electrical.
Wicked's like, I'm looking at you, Gold.
There's definitely a position where it's like there's specific people who are meant for specific conversations. Specific recordings.
I got a couple words for some people.
I will be calm for this. I won't let my emotions channel through me like a Sith, you know what I'm saying?
Can I buy you a mic before you do, though?
Honestly,
I have new earphones, but I don't even know. I honestly lost them.
So you don't have them,
bro. I will mail you.
I will buy you Beats by Dre just so you don't.
By all means, them bitches slap.
He just, you know what? We're not talking.
He said them bitches is slap.
Yeah, we're not talking about this. We're just gonna pretend that
anyway,
word used as a verb. I mean, an adjective.
Slap. Anyway,
my cock.
But
girl, your pussy was slap. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Your pussy was slap, dude.
Yeah, y'all gotta count me out on step 8, bro. I'm staying away from that.
Wait, no. Wicked, come on, man.
One day there will be a full-on debate.
No. I'm gonna be completely honest.
With Wicked,
I get super triggered about religious debates. Why? Because my friend I spent the last month and a half not talking to this one girl because we had like a full-on religious debate one night last semester. This shit pissed me off so severely.
Was she against it or for it?
He's a what?
Was she against it?
Is she against it or for it?
For religion? She was for it, but she was talking about because we were talking about how some black people are Baptists or whatever, and how she basically believed that black people shouldn't be Baptists or Christians or whatever because white people originally introduced Christianity to us. And blah 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 blah.
I mean, did you ever
I was like, okay,
the legendary
fine.
thing where you open Google Maps and go like, okay, so Jesus was supposed to be born here. Right?
I tried to explain that to her so much, and then she kept saying, oh, well, since you're a Christian, you automatically believe that Jesus was white.
I'm an atheist.
I was like,
I'm like, no.
That took me
gotta
out.
Be like
That took me
mixed.
out. I was ready to fight her after that, bro.
He's
I was ready to
mixed.
swing. I was ready to swing after that. I just needed to walk away because that shit pissed me off.
Wookie was like,
Nah, every time,
hands, or you gonna...
every time there's a religious debate now, I feel the need.
see, the thing is, I don't think Shift wants a debate. I think Shift just wants to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like he wants to debate.
That's why we gotta bring Ashley in here.
Shift, you want to debate?
And Savannah, yes.
Oh
Savannah
my
and
God.
Ashley and
Oh
Blur
my
and
God.
Shift
The first
and Van.
podcast
Oh
was
my
Savannah.
God.
Is the religious one. That's ass.
Hold on, who else?
No.
could we bring?
Savannah was in a few.
We could bring Minor Blackout, Ryuku. Who else could we bring? Ooh,
Shit.
Stereo.
I mean, if Jay got into it, actually,
No.
I'm gonna be honest. If Jay got
go. Oh, you're gonna have
Hey,
a good podcast.
Let's make this the Infinity War of fucking podcasts.
Hey, yo.
Oh yeah.
Religion. Hey, yo.
Shift is just trying to collect the religion stones and just snap his finger and wipe us all out.
You're all gonna
Justice
be
Scenes
like-
part. Justice Scenes podcast number 15. Religion.
Exactly, like Shift has the Christianity stone, the Baptist stone, the Jewish
Religion.
stone,
The fucking
Religion
Jewish
war.
stone. That one gives me a lot of money.
the Buddhist
Affinity
stone
war.
keeps him alive, even though he dies and he gets reborn.
Shift is just like, I'm gonna erase half of y'all.
The
because half of y'all
reincarnation
stupid as
stone.
fuck.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, the reincarnation stone.
The chakra stone
And
gives
then
him power.
atheism. And everyone's like, that's not a religion. It's a stone.
The atheist stone allows him to.
allows him to
Just-
not be touched because he doesn't exist.
He's untouchable.
Untouchable.
But just so you understand is like
J.T.A. podcast. Religion.
we're on the last 2 minutes, so I want to finish this off. I just want to finish this off one last time, just so everyone understands. We are not against, people. What's the word I'm looking for? Appropriation and all that. We're cool with white people just messing around. Not trying to find a way to explain it so I can explain her specifically. We're friends with white people. We're not just friends with blacks. We're friends with whites, Mexicans, Asians, all over. That's because of where.
Fucking rainbow.
No offense to you, Wicked. Wicked wasn't here for that part, but I suppose he's also been around long enough. It's because of where we started from. We started from a game where everyone could create their own characters, and so far everyone was kind of white. Everyone came off white at first, and then that's when we all started.
Somebody
real.
pointing at you.
That's when we all started. No, not just me. Shift was white once. Believe it or not.
Yeah,
What you talking about?
I remember
You were
that.
white for a
It
week.
was
Dude,
white.
do you remember this?
Yeah. He was
Man,
white
I
with
remember
black
that.
hair. I
Do
recall.
you- do you
Yeah,
guys-
he was white, black hair, the whole shebang. I remember that.
Do you guys remember when Gold was white and he never changed his hair?
No.
It was disgusting.
Whoa, what?
He turned to a
Gold
white.
used to be white?
No, he turned his character white for a day, and it was terrifying. He never changed his hair.
Can we talk about how I thought Blur was a white guy for fucking 3 years?
Yeah, exactly.
3
Yeah.
fucking years.
But
I
no,
thought it was some chubby
everyone,
white black guy.
but everyone
White guy.
came off as white. But it's not because they wanted to be white. It's either their character was white or their skin
They
tone
just
didn't really
automatically-
represent who they were.
Mhm.
Stereo,
I mean-
one of our friends, is Hispanic. He's Hispanic and Korean. So nothing about
Wait,
his skin color changed.
what?
In fact,
Wait, really? Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Sarah's in there.
An Asian and Latino
no, I'm
combo?
sorry, no, he's
Finally! I never found one! I finally found one!
He's so proud of himself.
I am!
welcome to the Justice Teens.
I am!
One of the
I'm
most
He's
so
crying.
important universe online.
He's fucking crying right now.
Bro, you have no idea how long I've been searching for one!
I knew one back in my old school.
I've been
Like I'm
searching.
saying,
He
there are people out there who understand or embody like, hey, yes, racism exists. It still happens, but we're trying to learn. We're trying to go past it, and some of us just like to make fun of it. And one
We're
of the
humans.
people-
We make mistakes.
Yeah.
We're
one of the
learning.
people that I want to bring up, if she ever hears this, is Ceres. Caress. Ceres.
So hot, so fucking
Sarah.
hot. Oh my god.
The conversations we have in the DMs are things that make me want to quit writing and become an accountant. But it's
Oh my
just
God.
because
I don't see how that.
Oh my god!
Was
That make you
even
want to
bad?
become an accountant?
her
Was that even bad?
her puns. It's her
Oh,
puns.
okay, yeah, right.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
open
yeah.
about it. She's funny and she's laughing about it. And the thing about it is, no one really gets upset. But that's because We've come to accept her. So I just feel like there's also the part is like
I make fun of her for her.
You can learn, yes, but there is also that small 10% part where we also have to learn to accept people, because sometimes just we can get angry. But,
yeah.
You know, there's always that. Not a single one of us has used the word love at all in this entire podcast. We've never said love. We've never had like a way of. We've thought of educationally fixing them.
Damn, we're so toxic.
And mentally is education. So emotionally.
I mean, love is a strong word.
Yeah, no.
I was never taught to use that word.
Love is a strong word, you feel me?
No.
You see, the thing is, my dad told me that showing affection towards other people is not right. So I grew up with a machista kind of mindset, and it upsets me a lot.
That is when I see you out there, I'll fucking kill you.
What?
What the fuck? Anyway,
Just, love is a strong word, but I feel like that's what a lot of people need to learn. Because that's
we need
that's
to learn how.
Excuse me. When it comes to all these racism, it's like, hate.
Anal.
Exactly. Just hate. It's like I want to hear more of love.
But love. Hate.
I want to have more talks like that one I had last night with the books.
Yeah, it's just you just gotta get over the anger part, because that's one of the things. Is like there's a reason that people are racist. It's not just because it's like, oh, we used to control you. Now it's more out of fear. No, it's more out of like not knowing what the future is. But here's the last thing I'll say. Series is lovely, you know that. We love you, Series. For some strange reason, everyone always brings up this one other fact. My mother does it. Other people's mothers do it. Other people's friends. Oh yeah. Just wait, white people. One day you're going to be gone. We're going to have No, they go like. There's one day that you guys are going to just have too many babies with too many mixed races, and then you're gone. And I just sit there, I'm like, why would you keep telling them that?
I mean,
because
that's human.
Don't keep throwing it in their faces, because people who are ignorant about it are like, that sounds more like a threat than a fact. So we're going to respond.
I know, like you're telling a white person, hey, your race gone, my dude. Yes. Bam. Donezo.
Yeah. But anyways, that seems to
be. They do have a point, though.
That seems to be the podcast. That seems to be it. Went a little bit over, but that's fine. Oh my goodness, I never hit start recording.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Yo! I expected him to say yes.
I hope you guys really enjoy. I'm Kid Blur, and with me is Apple Van Jack.
You fucking dick.
Kid Wicked.
No.
Yo,
I hate you.
And Kid Shift.
Hello.
Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, family. We want to hear your discussions, your ideas, your thoughts, your topics on everything we spoke about down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I'm mad at you.